All right, so we're over here going with the 2.0, no, wait, we're on 2.0, I'm moving on the wrong thing. 2023. Nope, sorry, 2024. Yeah, 102. Oh my gosh, I'm so off. 102B.4. That's where we're at. Building blocks of the human body. Okay, this is exactly where we're at today. So, okay.
Where are we going to have a test on it?
What's that?
Miss Connie?
Yes.
When are we going to have a test on this?
Oh, it's going to probably be a couple weeks. This is a huge chapter. Okay, so what do we need to know about this first portion of it? Well, about the cell, when it comes to taking the test, we need to know that anatomy is the study of what? The body. Right? The body. We have two types of anatomy. We have gross anatomy and we have microscopic anatomy. You need to know both of those.
Do you do the on the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday?
No, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Just Tuesday.
Gross anatomy is what you can see with your eyeball, right? It's what you see. So sometimes people are gross. So that's how I remember gross anatomy. It's what I can see. Microscopic anatomy is what's under a microscope. Okay, so that's what we need to know about those two. We need to know the differences. So gross anatomy is what you can see with your naked eye. Microscopic anatomy is what it goes underneath a microscope. Okay, physiology, that's an F word. Physiology, even though it's spelled with a PH, it sounds like an F, so that's an F word. Physiology is the function of your body, right? That's what it is. Physiology is the functions of the body. And then when we hit this up, we're going to talk about cells. All right, cells. Groups of cells make tissues. Groups of tissues make organs. Groups of organs make body systems. And yes, you need to know that. CTOB, right? Cells make tissues, tissues make organs, organs make bodies. So far, the 4 things that we've covered, you have to know for a test. So we go into the cell. Okay, your test question, what is the basic unit of all living matter? Your answer should be cell. You need to know that too. Cell is made up of protoplasm. Okay, protoplasm is a gel-like substance that contains water, salt, and nutrients obtained from food. That's what you need to know about protoplasm. So protoplasm is what makes up the cell. There's 3 parts of the cell. So the cell is made of protoplasm, and these are the 3 basic parts of the cell, or the 3 main parts: the nucleus, the cytoplasm, and the cell membrane. Okay, so what is the cell made out of? It's made of protoplasm. What are the parts of a cell? Is the nucleus, the cytoplasm, and a cell membrane. And these are the ones that we need to know. Okay. So, well, let's get back to that. The nucleus is the control center. It's like the brain of your cell. The cytoplasm is the production department. That's where everything happens. Everything's going on in your cytoplasm. And your cell membrane is the protective coating. That's the outer shell. That doesn't allow, things to destroy the cell as much as possible. So it's the outer surface of it, which encloses the rest of your cell. So those 3 things you need to know about the cell. You need to know the protoplasm is what makes it. You need to know the nucleus is the brain of it. The cytoplasm is where all the living stuff happens, and the cell membrane is the protective coating. Okay, so how do cells grow to become tissues? Well, they go through this thing called mitosis, which is where they basically get enough of the growth and then they reproduce. And when they reproduce, then they keep making more and more and more and more and more. And there's a whole chemical process for it. Cell structures found in pairs near the nucleus move toward the opposite end of the cell during the mitosis process to help divide the cell. Okay, the chemical process in which the cell receives nutrients for growth is called metabolism. So mitosis is just how the cell grows and divides. How they receive the energy for this is called metabolism. You have two types of metabolism. You have anabolism and you have catabolism, right? Anabolism is the building up of the protein. So basically the anabolism is when you eat, right? You're building up this protein so that it can get so large that it's going to explode and stuff, not really explode. We feel like we're going to explode when we eat too much, but this is where it'll separate and become two cells. When that happens, this process of breaking down is called catabolism. Catabolism is like when you're working out, right? You're using up that anabolism that you have stored. So when catabolism occurs, this is when the mitosis happens and we get two small cells instead. So you'll need to know anabolism is building up, catabolism is using the energy that you've stored. All of this process is called metabolism. Okay. Then we get these groups of cells now. They've all done their anabolism and catabolism and they become tissues. All right, so just a little fun fact, I guess, right? In a cell, for the first 0 to 4 hours is the first stage. The cell grows and develops. 6 to 8 hours is the second stage. This is where it's dividing. 2 to 5 hours is the third stage. This is where it grows and produces more protein again. In about 1 hour, your DNA occurs. So it's pretty fast. We're constantly reproducing our DNA. Okay, so we get these tissues here. After these cells separate and they become tissues, we have epithelial, connective, nerve, and muscular. I have seen cells that ask which types of tissues do what. Questions, sorry. I've seen questions that ask which type of tissues do what. So muscular tissue, that should be pretty easy, right? Muscles contracts when stimulated to produce motion. Nerve tissue, nerve coordinates body's functions. In addition to carrying messages to and from the brain. Connective tissues, they support and reproduce the body and hold the body together. So connective tissues could be like ligaments, they could be like muscles, they could be like bones, they could be like, or bones aren't really tissues, sorry. They could be like tendons. Those are all connecting things together. And then we have epithelial tissues. Epithelial tissue covers and protects the body's surfaces and internal organs. So inside your mouth, you have epithelial tissues. It's protecting. On your body, you have epithelial tissue because that's covering the body's surfaces. It's protecting your internal organs. So do you need to know what these tissues are? Yes, and there's 4. So when these tissues and the cells in these tissues reproduce and they make more, you're going to go and get an organ. Okay. So these organs, by now we should know what our brain does, right? We know that our brain is our control center for our body. We know that our eyes control our vision. We know that our heart circulates our blood and our lungs control oxygen and stomach and intestines aid with food. But liver, kidneys, skin, what do they actually do? Well, the liver removes the toxins and byproducts of indigestion. The kidneys eliminate waste products, and the skin is the body's largest organ, but it's also a system, and it just protects the outside layer of the body. So now, once these organs all of these cells are reproducing to keep them going, we're going to end up with these body systems that work together. Now, if you break this down into an acronym that is going to help you remember it, you can put it as IM, like I separately, M, and then you can go with doctor, DR, and then screen, SCREEN. And that's going to give you all of your body systems to remember them. So the I would be integumentary, right? Integumentary is your skin, basically. What does it do? It controls the sweat and the oil glands. So the sebaceous and the sudoriferous glands. That's what your integumentary does. M is for muscular. This controls all your body movement. D is digestive. This right here is going to supply food to your body. R is for respiratory. This one here controls the breathing. Okay. Where was I? R-E. I'm like, how do you spell screen? E is for excretory. This is for exiting your body, so it's eliminating all of the waste. The other E is for your endocrine system. This is your growth, your reproduction, and your general health. So it's like your hormones, okay, for your endocrine system. And the next N is your nervous system. This right here is going to send and receive all of the messages to and from your body. Now, there are test questions. They may not ask you every single one of these systems, but they may ask you one. So, you know, like which system is responsible for supplying food to the body? You know, your answer would be digestive. So again, groups of cells make tissues, groups of tissues make organs, and organs make up systems. And you can't have one without the other and have it working correctly. So, true or false. Let's see, Rubens, true or false? Cells are the basic unit of all living matter. Ruben? Away.
That's true.
Okay, that is true, but that was not Ruben. All right.
I wasn't paying attention for a second either, so I had to cue in.
All right. So, okay, Nick, this one's yours.
That's true.
Cells have 4 basic parts. Is that true or false?
Whose is that?
4 basic. That's Nick.
That's true. That's true.
Okay. Alejandro.
Damn, you're hella breaking up, Ms. Connie.
Study or
Isn't that biology?
okay, how about 3? How about you, Julian? Are you there?
You're breaking up, Ms. Connie. Who are you talking to?
Talking. Okay, I'm going to send a message in the chat as soon as I quit sharing this. The study of the function or organs of the body systems is called. Ruben, you back? Julian?
Damn, what is that? Damn it. What is that?
That's the F word.
Physiology. Physiology. Physiology.
Control center of the cell.
Nucleus.
Then let's see.
Hey, this whole time I've been trying to get on, but the screen just kept on saying loaded. I was hearing you the whole time though.
All right, so answer that question right there then. Number 6, cells are composed of a gel-like substance called what?
Cells are composed of a gel-like substance called, I don't know, I was struggling trying to get this thing to work.
Protoplasm.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Protoplasm.
Groups of cells of the same kind make up what?
Fuck, what's that? Ah, shit. Neurons.
Okay.
No?
No.
No? Is that what it is? No, that's not it? No? Damn it.
Tissues.
Huh?
It's tissues. Like, you know,
Oh, okay.
when you chew, you know, tissue. Okay, the type of tissue
Okay.
that holds the body together. What kind of tissue holds the body together?
Muscular tissue.
One of that type, yeah, but it's probably going to be known as connective, but muscular is a type.
That's what I was thinking. Yep. Connective. Okay. Connective tissue.
Body structure is composed of 2 or more different tissues. So you got 2 or more tissues. So you got cells make tissues make up what? Oh, it's in the answer below.
Tendons? I don't know. I thought it was tendons.
It's
Organs?
And
organs, okay.
Systems, yeah. So 10 organs make up systems. So there we go. True, false. So cells don't have 4 basic parts. Cells have 3 basic parts.
That's what I was thinking. Damn it. I was thinking it was 3. It's the nucleus, the protoplasm, or the cytoplasm, and the cell membrane.
Yes. And then the protoplasm is what the cell's made of. So it's not like a part.
All right.
It's made of.
All right. Yeah.
Ruben, are you back? So we have anatomy, we have physiology, we have nucleus. Yeah, you did pretty good on this one. This one's not altogether super simple. So let me stop this share and let me get the next section for you.
This is from February 2018. Washington, a lot more than Burby. The DNC bipartisan angst about her past internet again. She's going from support.
Get to part 2 on this right now. All right, this is working a little bit faster. Went from 18 seconds to 2 minutes, maybe not. Okay. Let me get back to this. Hey, Ruben, are you here? All right, so we got our skeletal system. Now, if you can remember the bones, when it comes to nerves and all of the other nerves and muscles, it might make it a little bit easier to remember. Okay, so here we've got the skeletal system. Here's something interesting about bones, that giraffes and humans have the same number of bones in your neck. Other little fun facts about bones is that babies are born with 300, but as an adult, you only have 206 bones in your body. 206 bones, you need to know that. You need to know approximately how many bones are in the human body, and it's 206 as an adult, okay? So only about 3% of animals possess a backbone or a spine. If you drink a lot of milk and get plenty of sunshine, your bones can be stronger than concrete. What I thought was crazy is that, I heard this in a class one time, is that the same force that you use when you bite a carrot was the same force that you need to use to bite your finger off. Weird, right? We're never going to bite our finger off, but we will chew a carrot. All right, so test question says, what is the physical foundation of the body? Your answer is going to be skeletal system. How many bones are in an adult body? 206. Okay, so even if the test question doesn't straight up say 206, there's going to be a range of questions. So maybe like 200 to 245, 206 is in that range. So that's the one that you're going to pick for your test question. All right, it is the physical foundation for the body. Again, there's 206 bones. Now, tendons connect muscle to bones, and ligaments connect bones to other bones. So tendons and ligaments do attach to bones, but the tendons are connecting the muscle, the ligaments are connecting the bones. Okay, a joint is a point where two or more bones are joined together. So you need to know that too. What is the point where two or more bones are joined together? That's called a joint, okay? With that joint now, you have two types. You have movable ones and you have immovable ones. So there are certain bones that don't move. There are ones that do move. Now those 206, I can't tell you just exactly how many are movable and how many are not. You just need to know that these will move and these will not move, okay? When it comes down to it, osteology is the study of bone. Oh, Ruben, are you back with us?
Yeah.
Okay, because we called you a few times. You weren't here. Or I called.
I was washing my combs.
Oh, okay. Well, we're supposed to be in class, right? Okay. So I'm glad you were cleaning your stuff though. Bone is composed of 2/3 mineral and 1/3 organic. So what that means is the organic portion is going to be like your bone marrow. Your bone itself is just all minerals, part of it. That's why when they find bones, they can date that back because of the mineral portion for so many years. So you have 3 types of bones in your body. You have long bones. These long bones are found in your arms and your legs. You have flat bones. Those are your skull, your scapula, which is in your back, and your sternum, which is your chest. And then you have irregular bones that are found in the wrist, ankle, and spinal column. Again, there's your 2/3 mineral matter, 1/3 organic matter. So your skeletal system, it has functions. These functions are to support your body, protect organs, provide a frame for muscles to attach, allow your body to move, produce red and white blood cells, and store calcium. That's what your skeletal system does. So again, study of the bones, right? Skeletal system osteology is your study of the bones. So why do you need to know it? Because you do haircuts, you do shaving, you do beard styles, you do facials. So we need to know where all of these are at. So when we talk about the skull, which is the skeleton of the head, right? You have 8 cranium bones and 14 facial bones. Now, if you remember this, it's a total of 22 bones, but you really don't have to remember 22 because some of these bones are 2. You have like 2 cheekbones and you have 2 temples. So you'll have 2 bones on some of these. But the important thing to remember on this is to memorize these 22 bones, not quite 22. What that's going to do is help you when it comes time for you to remember the muscles and the nerves and all of the other things that come with it. So we're going to start with your 8 cranium bones first. So it comes down to only being 4 bones that you have to remember because you have 2 bones on some of these. So you get 6 bones that are affected by scalp massage or doing a haircut. You have 8 bones altogether. So 2 of them you're never going to touch or see. Okay, so the first one is your frontal bone. You can remember this as FS poet. FS poet, P-O-E-T, right? So the frontal bone forms the forehead, the front of the head. S is going to be the sphenoid, which is located kind of like behind the eye socket. That's one that you're never going to touch, like ever. We're never touching your sphenoid. This is one that, yeah, we're not touching it. It's located behind the eyes and the nose. And the thing that makes this one so important, the sphenoid, is the bone that connects all of your bones together in your head, all the bones together in your head. Okay. So the P is parietal. Those are the 2 on the side of the head. 2 and 3 there in the pictures, they're parietal. It's a really important one when it comes to separating the top of the head from the sides of the head. And it also forms the crown, okay? The occipital bone is the one in the back. That is one that is right above the nape area, and that is also considered to be the most important bone, barbering, cosmetology, all of that when you're doing hair, because it separates the nape area. Then you have the temporal bones, 2 sides of the head and above the ears and below the parietal. That's your temple area. And then the last one will be your ethmoid, which is the spongy bone located between the eyes, which forms part of your nasal cavity. You're never going to touch that either, because if you do, like, yuck. So we're never going to touch those bones. So basically, you have 6 to remember there. We get to the facial skeleton now. They say you have 14 bones. Okay, so we got your mandible, which is, now notice they're only showing 9 on the picture, but the other ones you're not going to touch either. And you have 1, which is your mandible. That's your lower jaw, largest bone of the face. That's one of the questions that you're going to need to know. It's the largest bone of the face. You have your maxillae, which is your upper jaw, which is in 2 bones. Okay. The nasal is your nose. The zygomatics are your cheekbones, also known as mylar bones. So make sure that you remember that. And then your lacrimal are 2 bones, the smallest of the facial skeleton, and they're located in front of the inner bottom wall of the eye socket. Now they said there's 14. There's other ones that form your eyes. There's other ones that form the roof of your mouth. There's other ones that form your nose that you are not going to touch. So these 5 bones, which bones are involved in shaving? 5, okay? Your 2 cheeks and your jaw bone, right? Both upper and lower jaw. So when you are shaving, those are the 5 that you're going to be working with. You're going to have to know the difference. Then we go down to your neck bones. You have 8 bones. in your neck, right? 7 bones. They often get involved in when you drape. If you're doing a neck massage, if you're using one of those little handheld vibrating massagers that barbers use a lot, you're going to be coming into contact with those bones. Okay, you have 7 cervical vertebrae. Okay, that's what you need to know. And then you have the hyoid bone, also known as your Adam's apple. This is a U-shaped bone. This supports the muscles of the tongue. And the thing that makes this bone so unique is that it's not connected to any other bones. It's also known as the Adam's apple, which is just located just below the hyoid bone, but it's pretty much there. So remember that hyoid is U-shaped, because I know that there's a question about the shape of it, and it says something about being a V shape or something like that, but it's going to be U. And then we're going to go to our back, chest, and shoulders, right? So here we go. Your thoracic vertebrae. This is 12 vertebrae in the chest region that form the central region of the spine. So you have your cervical vertebrae, your thoracic vertebrae. This is the central region of your spine. Your sternum is your flat plate that forms the center front of the chest bone, or like your breastbone. 12 pairs of ribs, 3 through 14, 12 pairs of ribs that form the rib cage of the upper body. Clavicle is your collarbone. That's from your throat to your shoulder. And your scapula is your shoulder blade. That's the one in the back that kind of looks like your wings, where your angel wings should be attached. Then you go to your hands and your wrists, right? You have your humerus, your radius, your ulna, your carpals, your metacarpals, and your phalanges. Humerus is the largest bone of your arm. It goes from your elbow to your shoulder. You hit your elbow, they say you hit your funny bone. It's not very funny, is it? Nope. The radius is the small bone on the thumb side. This is in your lower arm, small bone on your thumb side. So that's like this, your forearm, okay? Your ulna is on your pinky side, coming down the back of your arm here. Your wrists have 8 small bones held together called carpals. So your wrists are carpals. Carpal tunnel, right, in your wrists are carpals. Your metacarpals are your palm of your hand. You have 5 of those bones in the palm of your hand. And your phalanges are what forms your fingers and your thumb, right? 3 in each finger, 2 in each thumb, for a total of how many? No?
7, 6.
What?
3 in each hand. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 14. 14 in your hand.
Okay.
11.
Okay, so yeah, your humerus. Not very funny when you hit that down, huh? I don't know how they came up with that funny bone, I guess because that's what it's called. Then you go to the leg, ankle, and feet. All right, so your femur is your thigh bone. That's the largest bone in your leg, and in your body, actually. Your patella is your kneecap. Your tibia is your shin bone. You have 2 bones in your leg, lower leg, actually, just like your arm. The fibula is the smaller of the 2. So the tibia is like the shin bone, it's bigger. The fibula is next to it or behind it. It's a little bit smaller. Your talus is your ankle bone. Your tarsals are the 7 bones that make up the middle of your foot, kind of like your wrist, but on your ankle type thing. Tarsals are 7 bones that make up the rear of the foot. Metatarsals are 5 bones that connect to the phalanges to the tarsals, and then the phalanges again are the 14 bones that form your toes. So the feet are pretty much like the hands and arms, they're just a little bit different. All right, so let's see, Julian. Are you there, Julian? Julian? Come back. Wherever you are.
Hello.
Okay, first question's yours. The bone is composed of 2/3 mineral matter and 1/3 organic.
Oh, really?
True or false?
Bone is composed of 2 or 3 mineral matter and 1 3 organic matter. False.
Okay, it's true. All right, Nick. Long bones are
False.
okay. Ruben.
Yes.
Functions of the skeletal system include support, protection, muscle attachment, and allowing the body.
Wait, what was protection? Movement?
Yeah,
Movement? Okay.
yeah, it is movement. Alejandro, you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, so 4. The skull of the skeleton of the head that encloses and protects the brain and the primary. What? The skull is the skeleton of the head that encloses and protects the brain and the primary. What the heck?
I don't get it.
I don't either. Let's go to the next one. The cranium bone that forms the back of the skull, indenting above the nape area, is what?
We just went over that.
Cranium bone in the back of your head. Number 5. Indenting above the nape area. What is that bone? That's like one of the most important.
That's not the crown, is it? No, the crown's on top.
On top. What's the one below? What's the bone that like?
Again.
Occipital.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's go back up to Julian. Oh, Julian, come on, wherever you are. Okay, number 6, the largest bone of the facial skeleton is what?
The largest bone of the facial skeleton.
Yes. I'll give you a hint. It's your lower jaw. What is that called?
What's the lower jaw called?
Yeah.
The mandible.
Yes, Nick. Julian, answer your question.
That's 2.
Julian.
Did you say Julian or Nicky? What did you say?
All right, Julian, this one's yours then. The 7 bones that are the top part of the spinal column are called what?
Fuck. Good shit.
7 bones that form the top part of the spinal column.
Mm-hmm. Don't answer this one, Nick.
The cervical.
Cervical vertebrae, yes.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Ruben. What's the
Collarbone.
The clavicle is known as what?
Collarbone.
Okay. Alejandro, the largest bone of the upper arm extending from the elbow to the shoulder. Elbow to the shoulder. Okay.
Ain't that the humerus or
Yes.
humerus?
It is the humerus. And then let's see, we're going back to Julian. The largest bone of the body.
Tibula.
Okay.
It's either the femur or the tibula.
It's the femur. Okay, so here's some little like slang fun facts right here. Okay. Weenus is a slang word for the excessive or loose skin at the joint of one's elbow.
You should back up some because you know what?
Oh, yeah,
I get nervous going back there.
Oh shit, my bad.
It's technically referred to as the olecraneal skin. So there you go. Is that weird? Weird to me. All right, so we got those. We got those. So pretty much, it said you guys did good. So we did good on these arms and hands and that kind of thing. Let's go back to this chapter and let's do the learning challenge. See what we got on these two. All right, so we ended with Julian. So Nick, this one's yours. A point at which 2 or more bones are joined together is called?
A joint.
Right. All right, Ruben.
What am I on? 13?
We're on, Ruben, we're on 2.
No, I missed it.
All right, Ruben. Which system has the function of surrounding and protecting internal organs?
The skeletal system?
I believe that's correct. Julian.
Yes.
3. Long bones are found in the legs, back, chest, or skull.
Legs.
Okay. Alejandro, all of the following bones of the cranium except
We're on number 5, right?
4.
Oh, we're on number 4. D.
Yes. 5. Nick, the parietal bones form what?
D.
Yeah.
Just mute me and unmute me every time you need to, Miss Connie.
Okay. Let's see, who's next? Ruben. Where'd you go, Ruben? You disappeared. I don't see your little face anymore. Come back. I want to see
I'm
your
right here.
Okay. 6. The bone that forms the back of the skull and denting above the nape area is what?
The occipital bone.
Yes. Okay, Alejandro. The bone that makes up the lower jaw is the largest bone of the facial skeleton. Is the what?
I know it's either C or D. I think it's D.
You're right. Julian.
Yes.
The 8 carpals held together with ligaments make up what? Your knee, wrist, hand, or elbow?
I want to say it's the wrist.
Okay. Who is next after that? That would be Nick. All right, Nick, this is yours. 5 long, thin bones that form the palm of the hand are what?
Phalanges. Phalanges.
Okay.
13.
And we'll go with Ruben. The outer and narrower of the 2 leg bones extending from the knee to the ankle is which one?
What are the options?
Femur, fibula, patella, or metatarsals?
I want to say patella.
At your knee.
Oh yeah, the B.
Okay. I know there's a couple of them that were wrong. Yeah, this is going to be the metacarpals. Okay, that was good. That was good. All right, let's go back to the cells because we've got a few minutes left. Let's go back to the cells and do the learning challenge on that. And then that should be today. Okay. The area of science involves the study of organs and systems of the body. Go ahead, Nick. Which one's that? Number 1.
D.
Which one? It's a chapter we're in, right? Anatomy. All right, Julian, number 2. Julian.
Yes.
Number 2.
The study
Of the
the
function.
study of the functions of the organs. I can't see the whole question.
The study of the functions of the organs and systems of the body is known as what?
This is fuck. It's on the tip of my tongue.
The function.
I feel like it's anatomy.
It's the F word.
Oh, physiology.
Functions and physiology go together. Ruben.
What's up? Isaiah? No, not yet.
Okay, 3 basic parts are found in most human cells. What are they?
I'm gonna say B, nucleus, cytoplasm, and cell membrane.
Okay. Alejandro. Control center of all cell activities is what?
I'll take nucleus for 500, please.
Okay, well, you would get 500. I'd give it to you, but I don't have it. Nick. Number 5. The most activities take place.
Nucleus. Oh, no. Cytoplasm.
Yes.
Cytoplasm.
Yes. Nice.
The answer
Julian.
ain't going nowhere, Nick.
What'd you say, Ruben?
Yes.
I said the answer isn't going anywhere.
All right,
Yes.
Julian, we got number 6. The process of building up larger molecules from smaller ones is anabolism, catabolism, physiology, or cell division?
The process of building up larger molecules from small ones
Yes.
is the process of building larger molecules from small ones is.
Yes, it's part of.
Hold on. Don't let me get this.
Okay.
It is A.
Yes. All right,
Let's
Ruben.
go.
The release of energy within a cell necessary for the performance of specific body functions is caused by sleep, osteology, anabolism, or catabolism. Release of energy.
Catabolism?
Yes, sir. And Alejandro, groups of cells of the same kind make up cells make
tissues?
What? Yes,
Tissues?
sir. All right, Nick. What is the role of epithelial tissue? Gotta unmute. There you go.
See?
No, sorry. Epithelial tissue. It's going to be D. All right, Julian, last question. Oh, no, it's not the last question. Sorry. I thought it was. Which type of tissue supports, protects, and holds the body together?
Which type of tissue supports, protects, and holds the body together? That is
Nerve, connective, muscular.
connective tissue.
Connective, yes. All right, Ruben. The tissue
Where's it out here today?
when stimulated to produce motion is known as what? Nerve, liquid, muscular, or epithelial? Contracts when stimulated.
Muscular tissue?
Okay. Alejandro, man, how many is there on this one? Woo. A separate body structure composed of 2 or more different types of tissues. So cells make tissues. Tissues make what, Alejandro?
Organs.
Yes. Nick, the organ that controls the body function is all body functions.
Brain.
Yes. All right, Julian.
Yes.
Responsible for removing toxic byproducts of digestion is.
Oh, that is your intestines.
Sure.
Nope. Your stomach.
Sure.
Nope. Your liver. Your liver.
Okay. It's gonna be your liver, or your kidneys. Okay. And Ruben, this is the last one now. The primary function of the excretory system is to circulate blood through the body, intake oxygen to be absorbed into the blood, regulate and control the growth and reproduction of the body, or eliminate waste products from the body.
I'm gonna go with D. Right? Or D? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Because it's excretory, right? It's exiting. All right, what do we got? Yay, we got 100%. Woo, good job. All right, bring your homework tomorrow. You guys are going to be on the floor. I'll have your time cards with me. So you won't, I mean, you'll need to go into the classroom to get your stuff and be looking for your time cards because you're going to clock in on the clock out here. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day.